Hello. Today, the three of us, Kim, Keegan, and Tina, will discuss how the Big Five personality traits impact collaborative learning. First, we must ask ourselves what collaborative learning is. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, collaborative is the adjective or noun version of collaborate, which means to work jointly with others or together, especially in an intellectual endeavor. And learning means the act or experience of one that learns. So, putting them together is simply working with others to learn. The Big Five personality traits are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. In the article, What Are the Big Five Personality Traits? Cherry introduces the acronym OCEAN to help remember each trait. Openness is creativity and intrigue, conscientiousness is thoughtfulness, extroversion is sociability, agreeableness is kindness, and neuroticism often involves sadness or emotional instability. Each trait, whether rated high or low for an individual, impacts collaborative learning.
People with a high score in the openness trait tend to be very agreeable, creative. They go with the flow as they need to. They are always wanting to try new ideas, new activities, new food, new adventures or hikes or anything similar to that. When it comes to a school project, they tend to agree with everybody else, or they do have a lot of good ideas. However, it can be hard for them to make a decision because they go with whatever is a more popular trait. They are very mellow in terms of choosing topics similar to that. A low openness means they like to stick in a routine, stay within their similarities, and anything that's familiar to them. They try to avoid new experiences. They may not try that new food and go with what they know they like. In a group setting, they may try to stand their ground with an idea that they know will work and encourage others to do so. They're very shy to the idea of changing things up.
Individuals with high conscientiousness are typically goal-oriented, well-organized, and detail-focused. This trait brings several benefits, such as being reliable, having strong time management skills, and excelling in organization and work ethic. These qualities help them meet deadlines and maintain high standards. However, there are also some challenges. High conscientiousness can lead to perfectionism, where they may focus too much on minor details and struggle to move forward. They might also come across as stubborn and controlling, which can create tension in group settings and make collaboration more difficult. Balancing these strengths and challenges is key to working effectively with highly conscientious individuals. People with low conscientiousness are often flexible, easygoing, and creatively inclined. These traits can be a real asset in group settings. Their ability to adapt to changing situations means they handle unexpected challenges well and can think outside the box. Plus, they don't need strict structures to be creative, which can lead to a more relaxed and innovative environment. However, there are some downsides to consider. These individuals might struggle with procrastination, making it hard to meet deadlines and follow through on tasks. They can also be disorganized, which might lead to a chaotic workspace and inconsistent progress. Their tendency to be messy can further disrupt the group's workflow. Finding a balance between their creative flexibility and the need for organization is key to making the most of their strengths while managing the challenges.
Someone with a high extroversion score is very communicative, outgoing, high energy, high positivity. Going more in depth about the bullet points I've outlined, they are very open to communicating with others, telling them what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, when it needs to be done, or what they would like to do, or any ideas they would have. They're very kind of positive people who are great to work with in a group setting. For this group setting, it would be um, great with trying to set up some organization and keeping others encouraged and motivate them to get the project done. Those with a low score for extroversion tend to stay quiet, be reserved. They tend to like working individually. They try to fill in where they need to when discussing group projects or picking out what they would need to do. They tend to just take what's left over to avoid trying to communicate with others. Um, in a group setting, they may hesitate to communicate at first and communicate only when necessary.
Group members with high agreeableness are often characterized by their empathy, cooperativeness, and friendliness. These qualities can greatly benefit a group setting. For example, their empathetic nature helps them understand and relate to others' perspectives, which is crucial for resolving conflicts and maintaining harmony. They excel at being team players, contributing to a collaborative atmosphere where everyone feels valued and heard. Additionally, their strong communication skills ensure that ideas and feedback are shared effectively, promoting smooth and constructive interactions. On the downside, individuals with high agreeableness may sometimes be overly accommodating, putting others' needs ahead of their own to a fault. This can lead to them being passive or hesitant to voice their own opinions or needs, potentially resulting in imbalances in workload or unaddressed issues. Their accommodating nature can also make them more vulnerable to being taken advantage of by others, as they may struggle to set firm boundaries. Balancing their supportive traits with assertiveness is important to ensure that their contributions are valued and that they maintain a fair and respectful role within the group. On the flip side, group members with low agreeableness often display traits like competitiveness, assertiveness, and skepticism. These qualities can be quite beneficial in a group setting. For instance, their decisiveness helps in making important decisions quickly, while their high standards push the team toward achieving ambitious goals. Their problem-solving skills can be invaluable, as they tend to approach challenges with a critical eye and a focus on finding effective solutions. However, there are some potential drawbacks to consider. These individuals may sometimes come off as manipulative or insulting, which can create friction and strain relationships within the team. Their skeptical nature might lead to a lack of trust or collaboration, and they may also be seen as apathetic if they seem disinterested in others' ideas or feedback. Additionally, their resistance to feedback can make it difficult to improve group dynamics or address issues constructively. Balancing their strong, assertive traits with a more empathetic and open approach can help ensure that their contributions are positive and well received by the team.
Neuroticism. The pros for this personality trait are intelligent, humorous, more realistic expectations, a great self-awareness, drive and conscientiousness, takes fewer risks, and prefers to provide for others, and also are great creative thinkers. The cons for the personality trait neuroticism are anger, anxiety, self-conscientiousness, irritability, emotional instability, and depression. Many that have this trait struggle with their mental health. My top scores were in agreeableness and conscientiousness, which allows me to hold an optimistic view of human nature. Having this trait helps me to hold on to my belief that people are mostly honest, decent, and trustworthy. It also means I can be sympathetic and compassionate. Conscientiousness. I am a pretty organized person and live by schedules and routines, striving hard for excellence and having a good grasp on self-discipline. Means that I have a strong sense of direction in my life. On the other side of that, however, Sometimes I dig myself too deep into my work. I also received high scores in extroversion and openness to experience, both being an 82. Having these two traits means that I am sociably outgoing, energetic, and that I like spending my time with others. I am also a person that admires the beauty in the world. Neuroticism was my low score trait. Having a low score in this indicates that I'm a calm person that doesn't react with intense emotions. It's a benefit that allows me to handle social situations.
In a group setting, these are my kind of big five personality traits. I have a great score in openness, which kind of counteracts that extroversion score you see. I do tend to think of myself as pretty introverted. I do not like going outside all that much unless it's going out to read a good book. But these scores did surprise me and not surprise me at the same time when I first took this test. These are some great qualities to have when you're working in a group, because neuroticism is key to creativity, along with openness being a good option for creativity. Um, I am very go with the flow, so if anybody has a different idea that might work better, I tend to lean towards that idea. I do have self-awareness of when I need to work on something, or when I'm trying to help others out and motivate them, I need to be self-aware of what I'm saying and how I say it. And then for the agreeableness, I try to think of myself as a very agreeable person. And yeah.
I scored highest in openness and agreeableness, with average scores in neuroticism and extroversion, and lowest in conscientiousness. My high levels of openness and agreeableness are beneficial in a group setting because they indicate that I am creative and willing to explore new ideas. I'm also eager to help others whenever they need it. Although my lower conscientiousness can lead to challenges such as occasional disorganization and procrastination, it also has its advantages. For example, being less rigid allows me to be more flexible and adaptable in group settings, which is valuable when navigating changing circumstances or new approaches. My neutral scores in neuroticism and extroversion contribute to my ability to get work done effectively. I can manage stress without letting it overwhelm me, and while I enjoy working independently, my balanced extroversion allows me to adapt to working well with new people. This balance helps me handle group dynamics effectively while still being productive and maintaining a positive attitude. Courcelle says effective teamwork requires cooperation between team members, planning and coordination of individual actions, as well as effective ways of dealing with interpersonal conflict. Each of the Big Five personality traits has its own sets of strengths and challenges, depending on whether they are high or low. These traits play a significant role in shaping who we are and what makes us unique. Knowing and understanding your own traits can greatly improve how you function in a group setting. By being aware of your strengths and weaknesses and being open about them, you can better navigate group dynamics. This self-awareness helps in communicating effectively with your team, addressing potential issues, and leveraging your unique qualities to contribute more meaningfully to collaborative learning.